Okay. When I enter the domain name and click on enter, what is it saying? No active domain is available. It is not available yet. Nobody has created it. Double click on it to create the domain. Yes. Save it in the local package. Create the domain. Yes. Create it. Why I'm creating domain? Why I'm creating the domain? What is the use of the domain?
Domain is
Use
a
of domain.
technical attribute which is
Technical attribute. We are defining the technical attribute of the
technical
field.
attributes.
Okay, we are defining.
Data
Okay,
type and
everyone,
length.
whoever using phone number, everyone should use same domain. You should not use your own data type and length. Everyone should follow this domain. We are defining the technical attribute. Okay, is it correct?
Yes.
Wherever you are creating the table, if you are using field name, phone number, you should use this data element and domain. See, here data type is mandatory. You can observe this star symbol. But length is not mandatory. What is the default length of this field? If I don't provide any length, what is the default length?
Maximum 16. 16 type.
If I don't provide any value here in the number of characters, what is the default length? Hmm?
8.
So you guys did not read the data types, or you guys did not follow data types class. What is the default length of numeric and character type data when you are defining the data type? Even we have observed in the program also.
8.
Default length. Default length is 1 for character and number. Okay. If you don't provide anything, by default it is 1. Okay. For phone number, I am providing 10. Activate the domain. Go back. Now we are in data element screen. Activate the data element and go back to the table. Now our domain is ready. Clear? Let's say I am creating one more field, email ID. Do we have a domain data element for email ID?
No.
Just enter Z email ID. Click on enter. If it is available, it will populate. I'll use different name. Oh, no one has created the email. Okay. Now double click on it. To create the domain and data element, just double click on it. Yes. Create. Provide the description. Field label as email. Oh, no, not yet. Provide the field label and go to data type. Do we have a domain for this? I'll just enter Gmail. No, that domain is not available. Create the domain. Create it. So what is the data type of email?
Character.
I can take char 40. What is the maximum length, Sai? What are the standards, email standards?
Character and num.
What is the maximum length of the email?
Hello?
Yeah.
13.
13.
30 or 40.
30 or 40. Which one? 30 or 40? What is the maximum
30,
length?
30. Sir.
There should be some standard rule when we are creating emails. There should be some rule. Okay. So today you have to research on that. What is the maximum email length that accepts across the all systems? Whatever the email, whatever it might be a Gmail, Yahoo, or whatever the email, there should be some proper length. There should be some maximum length. Okay, to create email ID so that all systems can accept that length. So I'm taking 40, KR40, and go back. I've activate the data element also.
64 characters. Sir. 64 characters.
Clear, right? So I'm following bottom up approach to create the data element and domain. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's say I'm using one more field, that is bank name. Now I'll follow top down approach. What we need to do? Tell me the steps to create domain and data element in top down approach. Tell me the steps.
Double click.
No, I'm talking about top down approach, not bottom up.
Back
Go to SC11. First create the domain. Create the domain.
create and
Customer bank. Data type is char. Length, I'm taking some 50 characters for bank name. Go back. I've activated the domain. Okay, domain is in active state. Go back. Go to data type. I'm taking same name, or you can also take different name. Okay, for domain, for data element. Select data element option. Provide the short description and provide the domain name here. What is the domain we have created? This is the domain we have created, and maintain the field label. Okay, so I provided the domain name. Since the domain is already available, it is populated. Activate this. Copy the data element. Go to the table and enter the data element here. Click on enter. Now it is populated with the technical attributes and semantic attributes. This, which approach it is, top down or bottom up?
Top to bottom. Sir.
Yeah, top down approach. Okay, I'm creating one more, that is state. Okay, one more field, state field. I'm following bottom up approach here. Okay, someone has already created state name. That's why it is automatically populated. Okay, I'll take different name, state ID. That is not available. Double click on it. This is bottom up approach. Create the data element first. State name, field label, state name. Do we have a data element for this? Someone has already created. Someone has already created this data element, that is domain, that is G state. If it is already available, we don't need to create again. Okay, let's assume that that is not available. Domain is not available for state field. Now let's create it. Double click on it, create it, save. Take 30. Okay, activate the domain. Go back to data element. Data element is not active. Activate it. Go back to the table. Now technical attributes and semantic attributes are assigned to this table field, that is G state. Clear? Save it. Maintain the technical settings. Yeah, they are already maintained. Activate the table. Is it clear now?
Sir.
Next time when you are creating a table, if you need a phone number field, just use this data element, that is GC phone. That's why you don't need to think about the data type of that field, length of that field, or description of that field. Whatever the attributes already configured in data element and domain, that will be automatically assigned to that field. Okay,
Okay.
let's say after some time, let's say what is the data type you have taken? Numeric 10, right? In all our tables, wherever you have a phone number, I'm using this data element. So that's going to assign numeric, that is numeric 10. Okay, that is numeric 10. Let's say after 10 years, so the technology got changed and they have reduced the or they have increased phone numbers to 12 digits. We need to change the phone number field, right? The length of the phone number field, right? Now it is 10 digits only, right? Phone number, all our mobile numbers. Let's say after 5 years, there is some new technology and our phone numbers got changed to 12 digits. So do you need to change this length in all the tables? There is a change in field length, right? Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
There is, so there is a change in field length. They have increased phone number length to 12. Government has increased phone number length to 12 digits from 10 digits. Do we need to change this length or not? Do we
Have
need to
to
increase
change.
this length or not in our tables to accept
Have
that
to.
12 digit number? Do we need to change or not?
We
Not
have to
required.
change.
No, sir.
Why? The phone number is 12 digits right now. How can it accept what about the rest of 2 digits? How can it take? We don't change the length of this table field. How can it accept 12 digits number? It is only 10 digits, right?
Yes.
How can it accept 12 digits number? It can accept only
Have-
10 digits. Do we need to change this field length or not?
Yes, sir. We have to change.
We have to change it, right? How can you change? Do you need to go to all the tables and change? Wherever you are using this phone number, is it required?
No, sir.
No. Just go to your domain, change the length to 12 and activate the domain. That's it. Wherever you are using this data element, in all the tables, that change will be reflected. Okay, you don't need to go by each table and search for the phone number field and increase the length. Go to that particular data element and domain and increase the length in domain and activate the domain. That change will be applicable to all tables wherever you are using this data element. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
But let's
Yeah.
assume you are using built-in types like this. What will happen then? You have to go to all the tables. Wherever you are using this phone number, you need to open all those hundreds of tables and you need to update the length. If you are using built-in types instead of data element. Even then also you might miss some tables, right? There is no consistency. If you are using data element, just go to the domain and update the length or data type. It will be applicable to all the tables. Clear? That is the advantage of using data elements and domains. Okay. Let's say customer ID length is changed. So the company decided to accept only 5-digit customer ID or 5 characters customer ID. Now what you need to do? Just go to that particular domain and change the length.
Change the length.
Then that will be applicable to all the tables wherever you are using this data element. We can reuse this data element. The main advantage of data elements and domains are reusability. Now when you are creating a different table, you have a same field customer ID. You don't need to create everything, data type, length and everything. Just use this data element. Just use this data element to create that new table. Okay? Clear? Now let's say so there is a table ZDemo. Which one? ZDemo employee. Change the table. So I have an email ID field here. I'm not going by built-in types now. What is our email ID data element? Z email. Copy this. In data element, enter the data element. Clear? Now what is I have state. I have state in the employee master data. Field name might be different. As long as you know it is for same purpose, you can use your data element. Just enter the data element and click on enter. Right? Activate. I'm able to reuse, right? Let's assume I need to change length of the email ID. What is the length of the email ID in both tables? Character 40, right? Let's change here. Email, go to domain level and change the length to 60 and activate it. So it is showing all the dependent tables which are going to impact wherever this domain is using, it is displaying all those tables. Okay, these tables are going to be impacted with your domain changes, domain length changes. Click on continue. It is active. Go back. Now the length of the email is updated to 60 characters. What about the other table? Do we need to change there also? Go back and display again. ZDemo employee. The length is automatically updated here. You don't need to do anything, right? You don't need to go to all tables and update it. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the advantages of using domains and data element. The main advantage is reusability. reuse. Okay, you don't need to create again and again. Okay, consistency. Okay, the data type and length is consistent across all the tables. Okay, that is another advantage of using data elements and domains. There are few more advantages once you are comfortable in creating this data elements and domains, and I'll explain those additional features. Okay, clear? So what are the advantages of domain and data elements? So domain is a technical attribute of the table field. Data element is the semantic attribute of the table field. Semantic attributes means descriptions and field labels.
Description.
Okay, so what are the advantages of using data elements and domains? Reusability. You can use the same domain and data element in different tables. You don't need to create again. Okay, consistency. Consistency is the another advantage. So when you define a data element or domain for particular field with some specific length and data type, you can use same type and same length in across all the tables. So there is a consistent data in all tables with the same length and data type for the field. If there is any change in the field type in future, if there is any change required for that particular field data type and length in future, you don't need to go to all the tables and update it. You just need to update it in domain. Then the change will be applicable to all the tables wherever that particular data element and domain is being used. Okay, that is additional advantage. Okay, is it
Okay.
clear?